So hello everybody, welcome back. So this is a container that I believe you can get in any pharmacy, and this one is another one. I'm going to explain to you a few things, so bear with me. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope that this is useful. So anyway, before I continue, I wanted to remind you that down below is my email. In case that you want to help me out, you can do that by sending an Amazon gift card or using a PayPal account. And if you want to take a look at my books, they are in the page of Gumroad. So thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate it. And, thank you very much. And the reason why you might want to have some of those things stored is because during hard times, you are going to have to deal with certain things that in the comfort of modern day life, they do not exist, like being extremely clean. So that means that farmers are going to be using any kind of water that they can get to farm. And that means that you may be in touch with farming because of you have to do it now, or because you have to go to the farm to get organic products, because now everything that they will sell you in the supermarket is very much plastic, synthetic, or whatever. And this is going to affect your health and a hell of a lot of things. And also because those things in the supermarket are too expensive, and you can get cheaper meat and cheaper things if you go to the farms directly. So that means that you will be in touch with animals and a hell of a lot of things. And that also means that you will have parasites, a hell of a lot of parasites. And for all I know, all Latin countries, this is normal, like normal. Every year you go to the doctor, you deal with parasites. In fact, every time that if you see a pediatrician and you tell that you say that the kid has diarrhea and stuff like that, the first thing that they will suspect is parasites, because water is going to be an issue. And also because contact with animals is going to be an issue. If you have a dog, and that dog, you are walking the dog in the park, that dog is now sniffing other dogs' poop and stuff like that, and that dog is now also going to have parasites. And if you have a cat, same thing. If you have any kind of pet, you are dealing with parasites. So at this point, if you are in another country, or if the problem persists, or if the problem, is not parasites, you might have a bacteria, and you might have other things in your stool, and you also may have, for all I know, blood in your urine, because you are now experiencing a hell of a lot of infections in your kidneys, and infections in your, private area. Whether you are a guy or a girl, it doesn't matter. A girl is going to be quite frequently that problem, because we have an issue about fungi also down there. So all hell is going to get like that. So every time that you have that problem, the doctor is going to say, yeah, pee, get that sample, get it tested, poop, get that sample, get it tested, and whatever. And sometimes, the clinics or the hospitals or wherever the hell you go, they will not have those devices, and they will ask you to go to the pharmacy and get it. So that means that, also, if you don't have time, or you don't have, the patience to go to the hospital 3 times because of a kid that has diarrhea, you might need to take the sample and then go directly to the doctor with that sample, so that they can do the test immediately. Because, if the kid is small, like 2 years old or something like that, oh hell, then you have, you have to act more quickly, because smaller kids, that means that they have problems with hydration. They affect the kids way, way, way worse than it affects adults. I mean, you can have diarrhea for 3 days and you will have a headache or whatever, but if your kid that is very small have diarrhea for over 3 days, oh hell, that kid is going to have severe problems. So oh hell no. So you want to have that in case that you might need it. Now, of course, this is not, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I'm just telling you how things go. And, Also, you might want to consider buying several of these. These things are for cleaning your teeth when they have issues, because some teeth are artificial and made out of ceramic or metal or whatever it is that you have teeth made out of, and you might need to clean them differently, and you might need to also, you may have bracelets in brackets or bracelets, I don't know what they're called, but those devices that are in your mouth, so that your teeth are now corrected. So those things are very important, because now you going to a dentist is going to cost you a hell, and I do mean a hell of a lot of money. So this is going to become an issue. You need things to take care of your teeth, and this is just the beginning of things that you might need to store. Now, other thing that you might be miscalculating in your preps is the liquid called liquid plumbing. I have no idea how you will call that in your country, but here's the deal. Especially if you have kids, my God, what the hell? Because kids are curious and they are playful. Unlike us, we are kind of methodic and we're bored. Yeah. So kids are always going to try to play with your toilet, and they are going to throw things in the toilet, like all of your soaps and all of the toilet paper and all of their toys and whatever the hell they think it floats. So they want to know if that thing floats, and they want to know if it will if it will survive your toilet. So oh hell, your toilet might not survive. And at this point, what you want is to have that thing and use it to dissolve whatever the hell it is blocking your toilet. That will happen to you depending upon your kid. With my brother, that happened every week. With my kid, it happens every 3 or 4 months. So you need the plug, per se, in the toilet. And you need to learn how to use that one, because obviously you can't call the freaking plumber every single time that your kid does this. And by the way, if you have girls in your apartment and they are in the visit, yeah, some women that they are idiots. Some of them will actually throw their tampons and then sanitary pads that they have used. They will throw them down the toilet. Yeah, it will block the freaking toilets, especially teenagers. I do not know why, but I have had that problem, when because I used to rent my house, and every single week, and I do mean every single week, I will have to call the freaking plumber, which of course, they have to pay. Because obviously, I can't call the plumber because you, as a girl, decided to throw the tampon in the freaking toilet. So now the toilet is clogged. And now, we also have to clean more, even though that now we have no water whatsoever. The freaking thing is clogged, and oh crap, you will have to deal with that. Whether it is because you have visits and they don't know, whether it is because, you didn't do maintenance to the freaking cloth. By the way, you are supposed to use that plumbing thing once a month, like a cup. A small cap of that thing. You're supposed to let it sink once a month. And then you just by the way, you're not supposed to use the toilet for 12 hours. So let's say that you put it at 8 p.m., you wait until 8 in the morning. That day you put something on top of the sink of the toilet seat. You put something on top so that you know that you're not supposed to use that toilet for at least 12 hours. That thing will dissolve, whatever rest there is in there, because, people do a hell of a lot of things with toilets. You have, it's not just you peeing or pooping there. It's just people throwing things in it. And yeah, it's going to be insane. So you need to do maintenance of that thing. And for all I know, if you have a hell of a lot of people, like more than 4, using that toilet, oh hell, that cap, you need to use it weekly. Just for maintenance, not in a problem. So you're probably miscalculating that one. For all I know, you probably want to have 1 gallon of that thing for a full year. depending upon, like I said, your kid and how many people are they, and depending upon how many girls you have in there, because, oh crap. And by the way, there will be men that are, have, sex, and they will throw the condom in the freaking toilet, and then you like go kind of like, what the hell? That condom goes into, the trash can. You're supposed to put it in the wrapping in paper or something, and then throw it in the trash can. You're not supposed to throw it down the toilet. But yeah, so we are abusing the freaking toilet, and every time that you are abusing the freaking toilet, yeah, it will be eventually a problem. And if it just, if you don't know how the hell to fix that one, you will have to call the plumber every time, and a plumber can cost you a hell of a lot of money. And also, the plumber might do the work with the cable. If they do the work with the cable and the pipes are too old or something is too old, then you are going to have to replace that, and then you're going to spend thousands, and I do mean thousands of dollars trying to get that freaking bathroom working again. So, oh hell no, it's the way cheaper to just do it with the plumbing thing. I don't know if they call it Red Devil. We used to have one called Red Devil, but now we call it liquid plumbing, because people, when they call it Red Devil, because it used to be red and it used to stain everything. But now we have one that is transparent, so it doesn't stain the freaking toilet, and it doesn't smell that bad either. So you want to have that thing. You also might want to consider, like I have said, the fact that you are going to be opening a hell of a lot of jars all the time. If you have problems with your hand, I have said it before, you want to have the shelf liners cut it so that you can grab them, or you want to have the devices that are for opening jars. I have seen videos of people trying devices that you can use, plug it in, and the thing will do it for you. Because quite frankly, every time that you have hard times, you will have several things. Number one, you are not going to be able to bend as you used to, and you're not going to be able to put on the shoes as you used to. So you need the freaking horseshoe thing. Yeah. And the longer that it is, the better, because that way you don't have to, bend. However, if you want to keep in shape and you're a good person, still you will need it, because you need the short one, because you don't want to hurt your fingers. And like I said, opening jars is going to become like an issue, because some jars are going to just be very crazy to try to open them. And you might not have a man to do that for you all the time. Yes, men are useful for that as well. And anyway, also, you might want to consider having several things for your kid to play with, especially because you are now going to be dealing with a hell of a lot of things at the same time, like working, cleaning, organizing, managing inventories, managing problems, and then dealing with all of the issues that you might have for your health, and then cooking, and then doing the laundry, and then oh crap, you're going to be very, very busy. So you're going to forget a hell of a lot of things. So I have told you before that you need agendas. The reason why we have agendas is because, even though you might forget something, having an agenda will help you. However, the agenda will not do anything if you don't make the habit of using the agenda. So every time that you buy something, remember that you are buying the freaking dress. You are not buying the model's body. That means that you need the habits. So every time that you're going to buy something new, don't buy it just because you want to solve a problem. Your problem is a habit. So fix the habit first, and then you deal with everything else. Because, you are going to want several things for doing exercises. However, just having the machine won't make you do the freaking exercise. So, no, you want to try to manage things by changing your habits. Or better yet, don't use the word changing. You can use the word adapting. Because you are going to be adapting to a hell of a lot of things. And if you do not want to go crazy and you do not want to go insane, then you need to adapt. And if you're going to adapt, you are going to need a hell of a lot of pens, pencils, sharpeners, and stickers, whatever the hell it takes. I have in the Amazon wish list that I have in the other 2 or 3 videos that I have right now. I don't know. I have stickers in there because I'm trying to teach my daughter this habit because she is very disorganized in her head, just like me. So we need to some sort of organizational system. So you need to have some sort of an organizational system, and if the system works for you is a whiteboard, then get it. If your system is an agenda, go get it. If your system to keep track of things is stickers and a cork board because you like to peg things, then get that. If your system for keeping things on track is a recording, is an app, then get that freaking app. I don't know what it works for you because I am not you and I am not your best friend that I will know what the hell, because I know you. So use whatever works for you. Don't buy something just because it works for somebody else. Don't, because what works for me, it might not work for you. Because for all I know, you might be in Canada and things freeze. I don't have that problem here. Freezing? Oh no. I mean, if the temperature here drops to 5 degrees, I swear I will be kind of like, what the hell? So no. No. So we are dealing with different kind of climate, different kind of personalities, and different kind of things. So you need to sit down with a cup of coffee, tea, or whatever you drink. Sit down and ask yourself what is easier and what works for you. Because what works for the Jonases that next door to you, it won't work for you. So you need something for taking care of the car, something for taking care of, the things that are important, including but not limited. One of the things that you really, really are miscalculating and a hell of a lot of things is your clothing. I swear to God, one of the top 5 things that you're supposed to be doing for hard times, one of the top 5 things is just you getting to a person that knows how the hell to sew and how the hell to repair things, and make sure that your shoes are sewed, not glued, because otherwise they will break. Make sure that all of your clothing is ready, because when you don't have food, you don't have time to deal with problems that have to do with your freaking clothing. And also, clothing is going to make you feel horrible if they don't fit, and if they make you look fat, or if they make you look too thin, or if they just break, and then you're in a hurry and you're in a line and the freaking thing breaks because it doesn't fit you anymore. So hell no. Fix whatever the hell it is that you have to fix with your clothing. I swear, I will be like, in the top 5 things, it will be like, number 1, if your cell phone, has the battery that you cannot remove the battery, then I'm sorry, but that cell phone is just, you should, I don't know. Quite frankly, I will get rid of that thing, and I will buy a freaking cell phone that you can remove the freaking battery. Because if that cell phone breaks and you can't reset it, and the freaking touch thing doesn't work, and then you need to reset it and you can't reset it because the freaking thing won't work, what you do normally is you just take the battery out and it will reset itself. But if you can't take the freaking battery out, and now you have all of your freaking information in there, and you can't afford to take it to a freaking technician, and it will cost you literally $150 to take the freaking cell phone to a technician, where all you needed was to take out the freaking battery and then put it back on. Oh hell, that, people that have gone through the hell of having a problem with their cell phone, they know what I'm talking about. That freaking hell is going to be like your freaking nightmare, and it's not going to let you move on to do anything else other than freaking the freaking cell phone. And that cell phone is going to take priority over everything else. And on top of that, the food, the cooking, the everything else. So hell no. Change the freaking cell phone to a battery removal thing. Because also they can track you, and they can, there is a whole paranoia conspiracy thing about the freaking cell phone. But that one, If it works for you, that's fine. But for me, the problem is, if I have information in there and I can't access it, and then I have all the problems that I have because the freaking battery won't work, then, oh crap, no, hell no, I would rather have another cell phone. So get another cell phone that actually you can remove the battery. And the second thing that I will do is just get your clothing. And I do mean that. I mean, try all of your freaking clothing. All of it. If it doesn't fit, and you love it, then get it to a sewer person and then get it, fit properly. If you're thinking, oh, I'm going to change my body, I'm going to make a diet and this thing is going to fit me. Oh, hell no. Change your relationship with food, meaning, just make food your friend and change how you see your body instead of changing how you see your clothing. Because I'm telling you that when you get clothing. You don't get the model's body. You don't get the model's habit. If you want to look like the model, then you need the model's habits and you need the model's, things. You don't need the dress. You need the model's lifestyle. So that means that, you are going to have to adapt. You just can't buy solutions for problems. When they are problems, they are problems. They are not expenses. Expenses is something that you can fix with money. Problems, by definition, you cannot solve them by money because money will only fix expenses. So you need to fix problems. Fixing problems means you need to adapt. Means that you want to go through all of your clothing, fix whatever it is that you need to be sewn, like your shoes, maybe add more holes to the belts that you have. Maybe very important, reinforce the freaking heels on your socks, or buy socks that have heels that are very, very reinforced, because otherwise you are not going to have those socks anymore. And then you're going to have to repair them. And not everybody knows how the hell to repair their own socks. And it's a thing. And then if you can't fix this, because you don't know anybody that you can sew or it's too expensive, then go and buy the things that you can use iron. There are things that you cut and you put on the clothing and then you iron them. Yeah, that one will work. Hell, I have seen people that when they buy their pants, because their pants are too long, what they do is that they will go and get the safety pins and they will, fold them and use the freaking safety pins all over their things. Does it work temporarily? Yes. Is it meant to be a permanent solution? No, hell no. You gotta fix the problem with the clothing, meaning you actually need to sit down and take 1 hour and fix the problems that you have with your clothing. Because clothing is one of those things that you are not going to be able to afford later, but you will need. For all I know, if you have kids, you want to buy the clothing size that are, maybe for this year and next year. Now, when they are on sale. If you're in winter, stop buying winter clothing. Try buying the summer clothing that, your kid is going to need. Your kid doesn't need fashion to survive. Your kid actually needs clothing that fit them. And not only fit them, but actually clothing that makes them feel that they are good. And that means that you will have to sit down with your kid and ask them what is their favorite color, what is their thing, and and try to adapt to that one the best you can with your budget, because kids need to understand that you are in a limited budget. And hell, for all I know, if you tell the kids, hey kid, you want to help me out by joining me to the sewer person, the sewing person, and making sure that she knows, that it's the proper size and everything. If you involve the kids, they are going to be willing to go with you because it's an adventure and it's a time with you. You don't need to do everything by yourself, because every time that you do shopping by yourself and you do absolutely everything by yourself, you are going to be miscalculating everything, because your family is not going to appreciate it. And for all I know, they will destroy whatever the hell you're doing because they are not involved. So every time that you're doing a miscalculation is because you're not involving the person involved, and you're not taking into consideration the fact that you get the thing, you don't get the model. You get the dress, you don't get the model. If you want to be the model, then you need to adapt to the habits of that model. And that is way harder than you just throwing money at this thing. And if you throw money at the problems, you're going to go broke. And you still will have the same problems, by the way, because, it is an issue. So, cell phone, clothing, and then dealing with the new lifestyle that everybody will have, which is more towards our ancestors. You will be more in touch with nature. You will be more in touch with animals. Other animals will be in touch with other animals. That means that, you need to have a very, very, and I do mean very, good gut health inside of your stomach. And if you want to do that, you are also miscalculating in how you're doing food. And you're also miscalculating in how much food is going to cost you. Because plastic and making things taste very good is more expensive for companies. Because they have to compete with addictions that we have. And every time that you have an addiction, the addiction just grows and grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. It doesn't go back. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say that last week you used to have 2 sugars in your coffee. But this week you're so stressed that you're not using 3 cups of sugar, you're using 4 or 3 or 5. Because you deserve it and you need it. Because, the more stress you have, the more that you're going to want to have the things that comfort you. That means your cell phone. That means clothing. And that means your food. Other things will probably not do the same things with you. So if your cell phone breaks because you can't remove the freaking battery, oh my God, this one is going to be, you're going to want to kill someone. You're going to go ballistic. Especially if you work with your freaking cell phone. Avoid that. Just get the freaking thing that you can take the battery out and then, wait and then you put the battery back in. I don't know. It might work. I'm not a technician, but oh hell, that's what I do and it works. Secondly, clothing. If you look at yourself in the mirror and your clothing is horrible and your clothing doesn't fit and your clothing is like, old and it is broken all over the place, especially with men. If your shoe is broken because you can't afford to have it so, then, you need to have somebody that knows how to repair it. If your shoe is uncomfortable because your feet is growing, then go to the thing and have it a little bit, stretched. It will cost you, I don't know, a little bit of money to stretch it. For all I know, it might be free in your favorite shoe place. If your shoe is uncomfortable, then your feet is going to be hurting. If your feet is going to be hurting, then how are you going to do everything else? And then, of course, there is the food. If you're addicted to sugar, oh hell, you're going to be more and more and more addicted to sugar. And your addiction to sugar is going to cost you a hell of a lot of money and a hell of a lot of health issues. You're miscalculating in this. And it's all because of small details that you are in control of right now. Because you probably can't afford, to take all of your clothing, and have them sew or use the iron thing. It's not going to cost you that much money. Okay, maybe if the person that sews this thing is going to charge you a hell of a lot of money, then get new clothing. I don't know, whatever is cheaper for you. But the point is that, during hard times, your look is going to be very important. And getting makeup all the time is not going to help you. Because you're going to be sweating, working, and doing a hell of a lot of things all day long. And also, you can't check up on your makeup every 5 minutes because you will be too busy doing other things. And also, makeup is expensive. And hell, for all I know, you don't have water to wash your face 4 times in a day. So, it's important. You gotta figure out a way that you, and I do mean you You are comfortable with organizing the details of life. And the person that is next to you, your husband, your mother, your kid, they won't be organizing their lives the same way that you are, because they are not going to be comfortable with that just as you are. You can't assume that whatever works for you will work for them. Hell, for my daughter, she does everything if it has stickers on it and color. Me, if it is written, I will be okay. If the thing is not pretty, she's not doing it. Because she's a fashion kind of person. She likes things that are pretty and shiny and stickers and me? Oh hell no, not even when I was a kid. I'm okay. If that thing works, then that's all I care. If it works, it works. That's it. So I'm more practical. There are people that are not that practical. My mother? Oh, hell, my mother has. I swear she has. Oh, crap. Going through the agendas of my mother, I can't figure out. She has an agenda for health, an agenda for this, an agenda for this, an agenda for that, an agenda for this, an agenda for this, an agenda, and a notebook for this, and a notebook for that. And she has different pens to say the same thing in different colors so that she can get different information. Oh, crap. I can't deal with that. No. I will go crazy trying to figure out what the hell is her system. So, whatever works for you, don't be mad if the other person has a different system. You probably will have to adapt something that is a middle ground for the whole family. What we have for my daughter is we bought a pegboard, with a whiteboard. And, they come together. So now she puts stickers and things in here, and then she writes here. And, so now we have a middle system. So you might need to sit down with your family to get this one. And for all I know, it's going to be cheap because maybe you can do it yourself. But all you need to do is take a coffee or a hot tea. That's why I told you that this is going to be like your main thing. Breathe. And understand that you can't afford to buy solutions, because money is not for buying solutions. Money is for solving expenses. Money was created for trading and for expenses. Money was not created so that you can solve all your problems. If that was the case, I swear to God, everybody will kill to be a millionaire, because then that means that you will have absolutely not one single problem. And I can tell you right now that when you're rich, you now have more problems than before. Because now you will have to deal with security, more maintenance, more things, more companies, more people, more responsibility, more, oh crap. Can you buy your solutions? Oh, hell no. Can you pay somebody else to try to help you? Yes. But can that person make decisions for you? No. Can that person, deal with all the daily life things that you are supposed to be dealing with? No. Can that person, solve certain things? No. You are going to have to go through all of these by yourself. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If there is no water in town, that it doesn't matter if you're rich. If you're rich, for all I know, now you're going to be broke buying trucks with water. But then if there is no fuel for those trucks to bring you water here, then yeah, I wonder what the hell are you going to do with all your money? Because now that thing is, problems are equalizers. They are just like time. They are equalizers. You can't buy them. You can't buy time, and you can't buy, solutions. You need to be creative, and you need to do that with whatever you have, as a habit. Your habit and your skills are the two things that are going to fight problems. And they are the ones that are going to make you have solutions. See? So money is a tool. If you need to buy something, then yes, you will need money. But whatever it is that you are buying, you need to make sure that it is for solving a problem. Because what I don't want you to do is buy an agenda and then have the agenda just sitting there because you don't use it. Then what the hell? You just spent money into something that you're not going to use, and then what? You still have the same problem. See what I mean? I don't want you to go broke. Like, oh hell, like I did, or like a lot of people did. Because we keep buying things thinking that they are going to solve our problems. No, they're not. So breathe and think clearly with your family. Again, because you're not alone. Sit down with your family and breathe and get solutions. And then use your money to buy the tools to solve those things. Money buys tools, they don't buy habits, they don't buy solutions, they buy just the tools. So, problems, you need to sit down. If the toilets are going to be broken every week because, your kids can't get it, then you need to talk to your kids. You can't keep buying forever the plumbing thing. Yeah, you're going to go broke. Or for all I know, you will actually need to call the plumber, and then the plumber, if something goes wrong, you're not going to have a bathroom anymore because you didn't talk to your freaking kids. So think about that. Think about what is creating this situation. If it is you not having time to sit down 1 hour to test all of your clothing, then you're wasting a hell of a lot of time doing a hell of a lot of other things that are probably not as important as your clothing. Like, I don't know, let's say you being in social media for 3 hours in a day, because that's what's going to happen. Like I said, you're going to be addicted to trying to be in control of something. And every time that you're addicted to try to be in control of something, that something is going to take control of you. Whether it is your cell phone, your food, or your clothing. So anyway, I hope that this was helpful. So thank you very much. See you again soon.